welcome or welcome back to the channel. And thank you so much for clicking on my video. I wanted to make a little bit of like a video diary today, just making this for anyone who might relate. That's really all my videos, are. That's what it's for. It's just for people that can relate to it and can watch it and be like, oh, wow, I'm not the only one, or, whatever. I'm making this video to talk about the struggles of prioritizing your spiritual journey at a young age. I don't really know how I want to put it, but I just wanted to make this video for anyone else that, like I said, might be feeling with this. Okay. So, I had my spiritual awakening back in 2020, okay? And it was amazing. But one of the first things I realized when I had this awakening is how unrelatable I was, and that sucked. Like I felt like I was no longer relatable and I could no longer relate to things that other people could relate to, okay? And I don't know if I want to get into detail because I don't really think it matters that much. But I mean, I just feel like if you know, you know. You mean you get it. And it sucks. Like it sucks because especially being like a young person, um, it's like any and all friends that I did have, I feel like I don't really have them anymore. And not all of them were because of like my spiritual awakening, but some of them were. It's like of just not being able to vibrationally align with people that you used to anymore, or maybe you are trying to but you're just so far from where things were before because your mindset is so different, or you're doing things that are so different and they're just kind of like what the heck. Like, for example, like I do have a friend, and I've had a friend for a long time, and we used to like hang out a lot, and lately, it's been, I mean, we used to hang out, a good amount. And lately it's been a lot less, but when I did hang out with her most recently, it just wasn't the same. And then I'm sitting here like, oh, I kind of, I go to bed at like 9 now and I wake up super early. And I what else did I say? Like, I don't really go out as much anymore. I don't really drink. And she was like happy for me, but it's kind of like, like cool, she is like doing the complete opposite, which nothing wrong with that. But it was just the realization that me and her are leading two different lives. And we have been this whole time, but it was like what we did have in common, which was like going out, drinking, doing all these things. It's like none of that was there anymore. Okay, it was like that's all we really had. Now it's like gone. So it's like me just trying my best to be a good companion, be a good person, because did end up going out, like a good someone to be around. But it's like at the end of the day, and this is something you also pick up heavily on when you're in your spiritual journey, is that vibration doesn't lie. Vibration does not lie, frequency does not lie. And like when the vibes aren't there, the vibes aren't like vibing, it's pretty obvious. So it sucks. And then it's like me wanting to find people that are like-minded like me, or wanting to find people that are on the same type of time I'm on. Like me personally, I like I was saying before, I don't really want to go out. It's not really just my vibe anymore. And if I do go out, I would want it to be at maybe a more sophisticated place, either sophisticated or like hole in the wall bar. Like I don't really I don't really know. I don't really know like what my vibe is for real. At the end of the day, like I just want to, you know, um I just want to have fun, and I just want to have new experiences. I live in like a area where there's so many cute little shops, and it's like a cute downtown. Like I would love to have friends I could just explore that with, and us do cute shit and like paint and go to the park. But it's like, who, I just feel like it's like, who in my generation wants to like go to the park? Like I even if I were to suggest that, it's like I feel like it's, at least the people that I know would look at me like, girl, what? Like you're trying to go to the park? Like we're trying to party, And it's just, you know, sad that I haven't been able to find anyone like that. And I feel like the people that I have been able to find is just like my family, which is fine. I'm here for it. Like I'm so down with hanging out with my family, but it's just, me thinking like, am I ever going to be able to meet someone that is more like me or more into the things that I'm into? Someone that I can actually like have a real conversation with. And that was another thing I noticed, like being around other people. It's like I feel like the conversations that go on are just so mundane, and it's just another thing. It's like it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging anyone genuinely. It's just vibrationally something I'm not aligned with anymore. I could care less about, mundane conversations, but it's like when I'm in these social situations, I have no choice but to have these mundane conversations. Me, I'm someone that likes to get deep. I'm someone that's like, why do you think that you came to this earth, or why do you think this is the way it is about the planet? Like, I am someone that likes to have conversations with a lot more meaning than, oh my God, I was talking to this guy and we went out and he was terrible. It's like, who cares, especially if it's like not even someone or something important. That's just one example, but it's like not wanting to have such surface level relationships. I want to have like deep connections with people, real connections with people, not just like checking a box or kind of like how I was doing. I was literally just kind of like checking a box because I just like miss my friend. I want to be my friend, but at the end of the day, it's like I want a real thing. I want something I can really look forward to and like, oh, when is the next time we're gonna do this? Me, it's kind of like, next time, who knows if there's gonna be a next time? Just because I'm just not in that, vibration anymore. And I feel like everyone my age, by the way, I'm 23 for anyone wondering, um, is that's all they're about. They're only about stuff that I'm not about. And then it was also like the people that I was around, they're very materialistic and I am just not. Okay. I get like wanting a cute Gucci bag or wanting this designer. I get it personally, if that, was something that I was going to obtain, cool, but it's not like the end of the world if I don't have it, or it's not like the best thing ever if I do have it. Like it's not that important to me. And I realized, in our generation, my generation, it's like so important to have this or be doing that or have this status or have this amount of followers or like I know this person, And I just realized how unimportant that is to me. Like I could care less about a status. I could care less. Let me fix my hair. It's kind of bothering me. Anyways, yeah, it's like I could care less about a status or who someone knows or how many followers they have or if they have this designer. Like I'm like there's so like in my world it's like I'm just so far from that. Like I said, I guess I kind of get it, but I always think like, when I die I'm not going to be able to take any of that stuff with me, so obviously it doesn't matter. And something that changed my life was it was somebody that said like when you're on your deathbed, you're wanting your family, you want your loved ones, you want to make like memories, you want to like be like what all can I do before I die, or like you know who can I see? You're not thinking about your Chanel purse, like just saying, you're really not. And that put things into perspective for me. It's like I'm not going to value this material object over a connection with someone, and that's just how some people are, and it's very shocking to me, but it's just the truth. And a lot of it is just ego, and that's just a whole another conversation. But since I'm talking about this, it just sucks like feeling like you have nowhere to fit in or like no place for you. It's like, where do I go? Like, like, what should I do about this? Where can I even like go to meet people like this? Like, I don't know. Like, I do go to like this yoga studio, not like too far from me, but it's like all older women, which is, fine. But it just, it's like being young. You want to find other young people to relate to. I don't mind having an older best friend. I'm here for it. My best friend's like a mom with 3 kids and she lived her whole life already. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. I'm here for it, but it's it just sucks. Like I just wish I wish more of us, I mean, I believe a lot of us young people are waking up, and are leading a spiritual life, which I am so here for. But I wish it was more, to the point where it's like when I do mention, how I am, where I'm able to, like, when I talk about the things I'm interested in, people aren't looking at me like I'm crazy, or aren't looking at me like I'm like weird, or like, oh, why are you doing this, or blah blah blah, like, why don't you care more about this, or you know and then, like I said, it's really amazing having family, but it's like there's also some family that might not even get, where I'm coming from, or might even think I'm crazy. I feel like a lot of people, especially like the people that don't get it, and that aren't very spiritual, when you are explaining things to them that are spiritual, or maybe like when you're talking a little bit more woo woo, or like, they might look at you like you're freaking insane, and you're like, I'm not insane, I'm just aware, that's it. I'm not insane, I'm just aware, and I'm awakened, and I'm able to perceive things that you might not be able to perceive. But it's hard, it sucks, and then you kind of like, it's one of those things you kind of wish, like, damn, like, I kind of wish I was just normal, so I could just fit in, or so I could just have those friends, or just so I could just like, just have it easy. It's just so much easier just to be like everybody else. And for so many years I wanted so badly to be like everyone else, so badly. I don't know why it's making me a little emotional, like, so I remember, like, in high school, like, just wanting to fit in so bad, and wanting to like connect so bad, but it's like it was always something that wasn't allowing me to. And it's because that just wasn't who I am, as that's not who I was as a person, for real. It's really not. And like, the deeper I get into the spiritual journey, the more I'm able to find like who I truly am, and be aware of like my true essence. But I feel like it puts me so far from everyone else, and it sucks. And my aunt is someone that can relate with this too. Like, she was telling me that, like, she kind of feels like I'm sometimes the only person that can even understand her or relate to her, because it's like we're so just in another like plane vibrationally, just because of our mindsets and like what we're doing and everything. It's like so different from what a lot of like the common normal person is doing. It's like you feel like you can't even relate, and it sucks, man. It sucks. And then you have to like remember not to say certain things around certain people, or, to like refrain from using certain words, because people might look at you like you're insane. And like I said, I'm not going to get into detail. If you know, man. It's just is what it is. But I just wanted to come, make sure my microphone's on. I just wanted to come on here and just talk about that, and just see if anyone could relate, and if anyone wanted to talk or connect, or, if anyone might be feeling the same way. Because, if you are, just know you're not alone. And I'm sure there's many of us out there that aren't, talking about this, that feel the exact same way. So you're not alone. And I'm just, I'm someone that is co creating my reality and calling it everything that I want. And I am letting myself know, like, I will find my tribe. I have found my tribe. How about that? I have found my tribe. I have found my soul sister. I have found people that I can connect with, and that's it. It's done. Just because I said so. That's it. And I just leave it right. Ooh, leave it right there. And whatever happens, happens. And something else I did realize, because remember I was saying, like, it's like, where do I go to meet these people? How do you even make friends nowadays? Literally, how do you even make friends? Especially as like a black woman. And I don't mean to even bring race into this, but it's just is what it is. I feel like when it comes to other races, when they see each other, they're able to like connect and be friends and blah blah, and it's like a cool thing. But like, as a black woman, for some reason in our community, it's not like that, and I really don't understand why. Like, it's not so easy, it's not so friendly, it's not so like, oh, like, hey, like, hey, we're one of the same, even though we're all the same. But we're in a world where we're all these different races, so we can be divided. I don't know why, but it's like I could care less about our race or whatever. Honestly, I really don't care. At the end of the day, in my world, we're all one. We all believe the same. We die the same. We just live in a world that is not conditioned to think that. But at the end of the day, I just want someone to relate with. That's all we want, right? We just want someone to relate with and, someone we can be comfortable with. That's all I could ever ask for, People, persons, people, whatever, like that I can relate with and I can have a real connection with. That's all I want. And something else that would like make me struggle like with let's say I do meet people, the struggle of keeping them in my life, it's like you don't even like the people that I am meeting, I don't even know if it's like genuine or not. You know what I mean? Or maybe it doesn't seem genuine. But then I had to look at myself like maybe I'm the one that's not being genuine. I don't know. Sometimes when you think things are a certain way about other people, it's really just how you are within yourself, or how you are within yourself is attracting those type of people. I don't know, man. But I'm just learning to be more genuine, to be more friendly, and someone that is going to just vibrationally attract the people that are like me, So I'm excited for that. And like I said, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about all this in case anyone else could relate. And I really appreciate you for watching my video. You're really a real one. I hope this did something for you. Um, Peace, love, blessings always.